Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm taking a day off. As you know, I have almost completed an entire year of daily plus uploads. There was one day I did 4 in a 24-hour period, and YouTube stopped pushing my videos because they thought I was spamming. Anyway, I'm tired, so I'm gonna let Jenna summon for me. This is a free-to-play account. It's the KCB COPIUM account, so probably cracked summons. But I don't actually know.
Alright.
But maybe you can see who she's after down below. If you ever want to jump in, just jump in.
I mean, you're just going, so I'm just here to click buttons.
I've done this a lot. In my leisure.
I don't know if are we gonna pull on all of the Halloween banners?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have free pulls on most of them.
So are we gonna do free pulls and then actually decide which one to put actual orbs into?
I mean, you don't have to. You take it as it comes.
Alright.
This is the banner you don't care about. So you can just take a freebie and go along your merry way.
Okay, and that's just only one. I probably should have looked to see which one I liked overall.
I can tell you.
Which one?
The cat girl was colorless. The one with all stomach was red.
Okay, we're not pulling on red because I thought that art was kind of strange.
She said it. I didn't say it. Colorless was all. There's 2 on colorless. Is he a mummy? Jacob. I think not the vampire Henry. He was green, and then the other one, who I think was like, maybe he was also a vampire. I don't know. He has a ball and chain on.
Let's just pick colorless because I am not following you.
Double the chance.
And it sounded like there was 2 on this one, so
double the chance for focus. Yay! But you just gotta climb.
Yeah, that didn't seem.
That's not festive at all. But why?
So I'm gonna back out, correct? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Stop. Your fan's on and my hair's blowing.
Good.
So I'm done with this one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This one has Mia, who is currently 5th on the board for you.
And I can redeem my free pull on this one?
Yeah. She is colorless. So you have 2 options.
If I...
2 potentials.
If I continue pulling, can I pull the other colorless and I just spend orbs?
4, to be exact, yeah. Which, I got you 245.
Wow. How'd you do that?
Well, I played for about a month straight, and then I didn't touch it for about 3 months because we were moving. And then, the last week, I've put in effort. So...
We did not get what we were after.
I'm bad about keeping up with the COPIUM account. We did not get a meal.
When you say COPIUM, like, I know that's what you called it, but it's
Do you know the lore behind that?
Behind you calling it COPIUM?
Yeah.
I mean, I know at one point you had it was like my account, and then you're like, she never uses it, I'm gonna change the name.
Yeah. Do you know the lore behind the COPIUM name?
No, what is it?
Alright, so I was in a live stream. And I was like, I should focus on the free-to-play account. You want blue and green here.
That's what yeah, that's what I was gonna be like, what?
I know things. I was like, you know who'd be really good to build? Yen Fei.
I remember
and then
that
I
name.
looked in the barracks, and there were no Yen Feis. And I was like, that's weird. And so I'm scouring all over the place, can't find him. Turns out, never did his GHB, so I never got him. And so I was sad the rest of the day. And grails are very precious, unless you've been playing since day 1, and you've only maybe like heavily invested in like 4 or 5 grail units. You probably don't have too many. Enough to just randomly plus 10 from 0 a grail unit.
Pull on all of them. Wait, this one.
That one has no. Green. Green is that one.
Yeah.
So the COPIUM was me thinking that I actually had him. And that I didn't have him, so he'll come back really soon. But his GHP did not come back for like a pretty long time. But now he's actually +9 because I did do his GHB upon return.
Okay.
That's the story.
Copium. Got it.
A viewer actually suggested I name the account KCB Copium. And so I did.
Do you remember which viewer? If it was you, put it in the comments below.
Yeah, were you the person who told me to do that? I feel like it was a regular viewer.
I think I'm supposed
I have so many now. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
To be clear.
So I'm gonna go back to this one. I think I've pulled on all of them, right? I don't have any more.
Probably.
Okay, so I'm just gonna try and get. Forgot I didn't look at what colors. What colors am I going for?
In order?
Yes.
Blue, green colors.
Blue, green colors. Okay. So everything but red.
Jenna likes Lady Corn. As we discovered in the live stream, where I was like, viewers, she's absolutely going to like Lady Corn. But then you gave interesting insight. And I'm not bringing this up to burn you or anything. You were like, I really like Naga, and I really like the girl corn, I think is what you call it. I was like, okay. And then you were like, I like the other corn too. I don't really like this one. And I was like, you don't like Duma? He keeps a hat when he transforms. And you just made that face that you kind of make sometimes, where you're like,
Okay.
You don't want to be honest with me, but I'm definitely speaking the truth. Now, it shifted to where he was like one of your favorites from this banner when we looked at it again this morning. And now somehow he is in 8th on the board.
Well, of all of the Halloween units that are available for pulling, maybe you also I can't. It's. I remember you showing me the banner, and I did like Corrin.
Yeah.
And we looked at Naga, and I gave some commentary.
We looked at Naga.
I gave some commentary on that.
We certainly
And
did.
then I think of the units you showed me, he was like the least exciting at that moment. But
yeah, I believe I blamed you for the reason why we have waifu emblem so heavily, because you had no interest in the male characters.
okay,
I'm paraphrasing, but it was something like that.
But at the same time, like the outfits is definitely more Halloween-ish, spoopy and whatnot. And I don't recall if I saw. I mean, you must have shown me the artwork that had both of the characters in it, but I don't know.
You don't remember me?
Maybe it was just a vibe that day. I wasn't feeling it. I don't know.
I think you just like traditional Halloween outfits of like witches, ghosts, and werewolves.
I'm pretty.
Those are like your top picks.
Yeah.
From all the banners.
Yeah, they're like the ones that I picked, except for Naga. I mean, even the little ghosty thing is kind of cutesy. So
the
like,
ghost is the main point of Naga.
yeah, but
honest.
I think you showed me the what swayed me more to Naga was the sprite and like the battle action sequences. I think those were cuter than possibly just her like full art rendering or whatever you call it. The sprite was like what tipped me over and was like, yeah, that would be really cute.
You do be liking witches. You can do all of these things.
All of
unless
them.
you don't actually want Naga. But I will tell you that Naga is a 4-star here. So your chances of getting her are like slightly better. But if you get her at a 4-star, you're not going to break your increased focus rate.
Sure.
None of that made sense.
No. I'm
Getting a
having...
Naga is almost free.
Sometimes when you talk about things that I don't quite understand and it's like a longer bit of information, I don't
Now you
grasp
understand
it.
how I feel when you talk about like,
I have an itch.
what is something that you talk about when my eyes glaze over?
I was talking about a recipe the other day, and when we actually went to make it, he acted like he had never heard about it, and I was kind of frustrated.
Would you like to explain? You got a 4-star special Minerva, I think. Yeah. I have to like, because like I'm so used to the resplendent art from my main account that like when I see the original art, I get confused. Only mildly confused. Would you like to explain the recipe?
Okay.
And then I will interject at the end with my commentary.
Okay, so we are still kind of in transition in the kitchen. I cleaned the oven and we are able to use the oven, so we've been enjoying lots of pizza.
I would say it's barely functional.
The range above the oven, what is it called? Like the thing that like
The vent,
the hood is disgusting, and they painted it. So I was like,
can I pause you for a second?
okay.
You have to keep some of it.
Oh, yeah. And and I haven't figured out the best way to clean it. So we haven't really wanted to put like pots and pans on the stove, like on the stove top and cook. So we've been using a crock pot and our foodie toaster oven air fryer thing to cook most of our meals. So I was looking for a easy kind of cheap meal, and I googled it and it came up with this recipe how to make like kind of a deconstructed enchiladas. And I've been missing eating like Mexican or Tex-Mex or whatever you want to call it, because it's not really that authentic that I know of. Food, since we used to get Chipotle quite a bit, but we only get it maybe about twice a month now that we go to where we used to live to get our groceries, which is better for us. And, you know, making your own food, you can portion out a lot better and it's cheaper. So I found this like super simple recipe. I've been trying to get better about like doing more cooking, and I feel like I've been doing the majority of the cooking, except Brian still handles like the harder things like prepping the meats and stuff like that.
I have to say, it's really just heating outside of pizza, which does actually involve ingredients.
Yeah, but I've
which you've gotten really good at. I have nothing left to teach you with pizza. We have to move on to something complicated.
I suffer from like not having a lot of confidence in the kitchen when it comes to making things from scratch that I am not familiar with. So pizza. I got to a good place with pizza, so I was like, I want to try something else. And we've been mostly just eating chicken because Brian decided he didn't want to eat beef that much anymore.
It's a weird texture, the ground beef.
I don't know.
Sorry, go on.
So I was looking for chicken related recipes and I found this enchilada recipe. So I figured out all the gluten-free ingredients I needed, and you basically cook the meat, season it, puts half the ingredients in, and then once you're like it's cooked, then you shred the chicken and then you put in like your final ingredients, which includes mostly the tortillas and the cheese. So we got this big pack of chicken, which this is such a weird conversation to talk about. While we're summoning like video game things, not at all related.
They love this. Normally I'm just commentating, saying like, oh man, could it be a 5-star next? I don't know.
Okay. And so he decided that he wanted to cook all of the chicken so that we could make other meals with these, like, I don't know, 6 to 8 chicken breasts. And
so I just put it in the crock. I shredded it all.
Yeah, and so I was like, okay, cool. Now that the chicken will be cooked, I'll just season it, and I will have to heat it with less time and make the thing that I want to make. And so he does that, and I'm standing there like watching him like remove half the chicken and the broth, and like we might do soup or something with it. And I'm like, okay, cool. You just leave whatever you want me to use in the enchiladas in the pot. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, he didn't understand that I even had to cook it in the crock pot.
No, I did not know that.
So I was like, yeah, I'm cooking it in the crock pot. And he's like, oh, now I have to like change how I'm going to take them out.
But the key was that I didn't know it was deconstructed. I dead ass thought you were gonna roll all of these things and just put them in the crock pot. I was like, well, that's dumb. Why don't we just use the foodie?
Well, you have to put like, because we didn't season the chicken, so it was just unseasoned chicken with like, you have to put the enchilada sauce, the green chilies, the fire roasted tomatoes in the pot to like get to know each other for a bit. with some seasoning. And I'm not great at like seasoning. Brian just like throws stuff together and it tastes good. So I
Also,
usually have him
you
do
caught
that.
yourself from swearing right there, and I appreciate it.
So I usually have him season things because I'm also kind of intimidated to do it, and I usually either do something wrong or like add too much of something or not enough of something, and he's better about just like opening the jar and just throwing it together. So I was like, "Can you help me season it? That's all I really needed to do." And then he started just like doing it, and by the time we like put it together to cook, he's like, "I just made this. What are you talking about cooking?"
I literally did all of it.
And
I literally did all of it. And the thing is, I'm sorry, are you finished?
yeah, I guess so.
Okay. The thing is, I just made chicken tortilla soup that was thicker. That's it. That's all it was. And I was like, you just tricked me into making tortilla soup
Well,
that you can eat with a fork.
okay, going back to the last time we had enchiladas was probably like 2 years ago for my birthday. Brian made from scratch like everything,
Yeah.
like guac, nachos, enchiladas, Mexican rice. It was great. But the one thing that didn't work out was the enchilada sauce. So when I bought the can of enchilada sauce, which was, I guess, gluten-free, by the way, because some of them aren't,
Thickening agents.
I was like, this is gonna be awesome. It's going to taste like great because it's real enchilada sauce. But by the end of it, and then I tasted it, I was like, it tastes just like his tortilla soup. And then I looked at the ingredients in the enchilada sauce, and it was like everything that he had put in its own like individual can and seasonings into the soup was just in a can called enchilada sauce, and I was like, oh. But at the same side, it was cheaper and easier to do it that way. Maybe not cheaper,
No.
but easier.
Cumin, coriander, cayenne, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, and I gotta put something else there. But it's basically just like taco seasoning. And the thing that happened on your birthday that one time was another awful recipe that I wish I kept just for the...
I think I still have them, but did you think that was an awful recipe?
Yeah.
I mean, okay. One thing.
Okay, listen, it was a 12-ounce can of tomato sauce that they said put 4 tablespoons of chili powder in. I was like, that's not going to taste good at all. And that was like their enchilada sauce.
That was the birthday enchiladas.
Yes, not the one that we... Right.
No, but I will preface this with saying, when I googled easy crockpot recipes, this enchilada recipe was definitely on a blog about like feeding your kids.
How do I get my child to like Mexican food?
And it was
Make
very...
it not Mexican.
Okay,
and put cheese. The amount of cheese in the recipe was criminally low.
Yeah.
Not to be like that guy.
No, you...
But they were like, oh yeah, this feeds like 12 people, just use a 1/4 cup of cheese. I'm like, bro, no. I put like a whole bag in there.
But I will say,
Top it.
I will say, I think that one thing that I would have done differently was probably, by the time we finished cooking everything, we were just really hungry. I probably would have put the cheese and we wedged the corn tortillas, like the ones that you would use, the soft ones that you would use for tacos. We wedged those and put them in with the just enchilada mix, I guess, at this point. I would have probably let them sit longer because they were a little tough. Like, I would have liked them to be...
I would have just
absorb some of the... Or fry them and make them crunchy, like, what's that? Fritos.
Yeah. So, when I make tortilla soup the fancy way, I take corn tortillas, cut them into strips, and then fry them, and they basically come out like homemade Fritos if you salt them immediately after. But I think like a freshly fried tortilla is always better. Said everyone always.
Yeah.
So it would have definitely had. Plus, like...
I don't know if actually...
The mushy can, like... Because it had like beans and stuff in it.
beans and
So
corn.
like the texture was already like semi-mush, right? So like if you had like a little bit of crunch to it, you would have had like some gooiness from the cheese, some mush from like the beans and the tomatoes that had been stewing, and then a little bit of crunch from the tortilla. I think that would have been better.
I did put a little sour cream on it, and I think maybe what could be like another nice topper would be some green onion if you don't want spicy, but I was thinking like some jalapeno.
Nice pickled jalapenos would be good.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know that I would go raw jalapeno.
Some people like it,
That's hot.
but it well, yeah, it
You
would be
stop
more
yourself
hot.
from saying something. And nope, we're never mentioning that, because that will be caught. But I'll tell you later.
Okay, I'm really confused.
You did? Oh, okay.
I,
It's just me then. It was just me then.
okay, it was just you.
I'll tell you later.
I was just saying like when I scroll recipes, they oftentimes don't use the pickled jalapenos. They use the fresh ones because they just visually look better, but it would be
True.
more spicy.
They do look better. Have you seriously not gotten anything yet?
I don't know. I've been talking
haven't
and like
seen it.
half paying attention.
I haven't seen it.
I might even just be like pulling on all of them. I think
No,
red
you're still on
included.
the one.
Well,
still
no,
on the newest
the
one.
red orbs as well
Oh.
on this banner.
Yeah, you have been doing that.
Yeah.
But Doom is really good, so I've been allowing it.
Okay,
I've just been
whatever.
okay.
I do have a meeting like 15-ish minutes, so hopefully we're
Well, you have burned a lot of orbs for little payoffs. So
yeah.
that's
Let's switch banners. What's the next banner that I'm curious about? Let's go.
Okay, you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, go.
Your rate up on this one is already so high
I should just keep
that
going.
you should just try and get female corn at this point.
When does the other banners
here-
expire?
Soon. Just start. Okay. Of the 8 that you have on the board, which one do you want the most?
Well, obviously the top two.
Lady corn.
Lady corn and then male corn.
Okay. Just pop off on green and blue.
Okay.
I'm genuinely confident. You're like a couple away from sparking, which if you had Fade Pass, which obviously this is free account, so we don't. But you could just get one guaranteed.
We spent a lot of time talking about like cooking.
We did. I'm gonna see comments that are likely very pro and anti. Someone's gonna tell me that I don't let you talk enough, and then someone's gonna tell me that the story was boring, and then other people are gonna be like, "Wow, this is so comfy," and then other people are gonna be like, "Jenna, I love you." And then there's gonna be a comment about someone saying, "Oh, Brian, you should hang out in the background more often."
That's just them trolling you.
Sometimes I think they mean it, and then my feelings get hurt. And then I stop reading comments for a year. And a
Okay,
half.
well, now that we've talked like forever about cooking, what topic do you think that they would actually want to hear us talk about?
Okay, so I'm gonna float this because it hasn't happened yet, and I genuinely want some feedback.
Okay.
I told you about it. My mother is coming to visit. I have a video idea.
Are you going to tell me the video idea now, or
Yeah.
are you just floating the general concept of her being on
No,
camera?
I'm gonna tell you the video idea.
Okay.
All right, this is a two-parter. I come up with like a top 10s list
Hmm.
of favorite characters / waifu / whatever.
Yeah.
I have my mom try and guess their name.
That could be funny.
She has no context. I'm concerned that she is going to see, let's say, a character like Mithra and make a comment
Yeah, that was my
that someone like my mom would make.
that's where my brain went. She would be unintentionally maybe like not woke.
Crude. Some might even say crude.
That is an option.
But
However,
it would be fun.
However, you could record it, and if it goes terribly, you just make shorts.
Make
of
it
the
for
good-
members.
Make shorts of the good pieces.
Do it for members.
Or do it for members. Then I think you should have her. I think maybe just like a simple ranking.
Yeah. Finally! It happened! Corin thinks recording with my mom is a great idea!
Yeah.
Wow!
That's super cute. I'm gonna pull the other blue
Okay,
one.
your rate is so high, you might as well just pull everything.
Okay.
Maybe you'll get lucky and get something else too. Plus defense minus res is not great. But that's okay.
I think a ranking video could be like, remember that one video a while ago where you had me rank the characters based on who had the best abs?
Summer hotties, yeah.
Yeah, I think.
Did I make that into a video?
Yeah, that was a video.
I know it was live. I don't know if I ever made it into a video.
No, it was a video. I don't think I did it live because you sometimes don't.
No, we did it live.
I recall it as a video, but I'm not going to argue with
specifically
you about
remember,
it.
and I'm calling out, I won't say their name, a particular member was very emphatic about a certain male Fire Emblem character.
Okay.
It was live.
Okay, yeah. Now
You were in the other room, and I made like a Google form quiz thing or whatever, and then you assigned a ranked value to each of them, and then I reacted to them. We are innovative over here at youtube.com/@Keystone.
I remember that there was a chat interaction to gather the people that you should have in the rating,
It was all live.
but
I did it all live.
Okay. I do remember
Ooh.
some people being disappointed with my rating.
Not focused, but still poggers. We love that.
I like the cape.
He's also new. He's kind of Halloweenish, right?
The cape is pretty cool.
Kind of, sort of. Also bad ideas.
Um.
Dang.
Yeah.
Alright, you might get a Naga.
Okay.
But this has honestly gone so poorly that I would just cut your losses.
Okay.
Whoa! What is happening? What is happening? What the frick?
Wait.
Alright, you just got an Ascended hero, which that allows you to increase stats, basically, of any character you want. Also, terrible IVs!
Well,
You're getting really lucky pulls, but terrible stats.
Okay, let's chew the last one.
Dude.
What do you think? Are we gonna get it?
This is friggin' epic. This might be a short. I don't know yet.
Should I react
would be,
harder?
I'd be thrilled if it was a Naga.
Oh.
Nerd! I'm sorry. People really like Asama, I think.
Oh, well, I don't really have to show his stats because he's not
Because he's just a
5
4-star.
Okay, I got about 10 minutes to my meeting. Should
You
we
have
keep going or are
50
we done?
orbs left. Do you want anything else? Do you want a Mia? Do you want a Robin?
If I keep pulling on this one, do I have better obs than the other banners?
No. You got
Okay.
you got
So it
focus cords, so it
resets.
reset.
Okay. So let's not. I don't think it was that one. I think it's
That one
this.
has Mia, who is the witch.
Which one has the Robin?
The 2 over? 3 over. 4. No, 5 over. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, and Robin is green. So let's just pull greens on this one because I really wanted this one last year, or I think there was a male Robin and then female.
So we didn't record in time. The one with male Robin expired.
You said green, right?
Yeah, you don't have.
What's the other option?
Oh, you were kind of okay with Ninny and Tiki, which is blue. So you
Okay.
can just pop a blue
And then jump off.
and
Okay.
third.
Back to the mom thing.
Yeah. The mom of it all.
I like the idea of you recording a video with her. Tiki.
Bro, what's going on? This is so like I'm adding all of the obtains in post, and it made my life so much easier because they're all just showing up at the same time.
What are the stats on this one? Decent?
They're not bad. You typically don't want minus speed, but that's
Okay.
we got plus attack, which
So, let me back out of this one.
yeah, I mean you're doomed. My whole account is just gonna be Halloween characters. It's occurring to me right now. Because it's like the only time I summon on it.
I remember at some point summoning on the summer.
But you like New Robin too.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's like purpley and
Yeah.
overtly sexy. Oh no! You can hit expand, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. I did clean out the barracks, by the way.
What?
I gave
Do I
you
need to
5
do
extra
another one?
spots. No. You have like 4 empty spots now.
Oh.
Yeah. So you can
So.
try again.
Okay.
You're running out of orbs and time.
Oh,
4!
this green.
There's 4!
Okay.
There's 4 right there! Wild! That's crazy. This is exciting. This is actually exciting.
Okay.
It's so nice when I don't have to spend money to, to summon for things. Which is fine. I do it for the content, I do it for the people. But it's nice to not be the one sweating for once.
I think that. Well, you know what we should do? We should put together a list of characters that your mom is going to rank, and then you and I try and decide who she ranks, like the order of her ranking. Would that not?
What is she ranking?
Just characters. Like, if we threw in like a,
What ranking
Okay.
on what?
She's just gonna look at them visually because she has no
The
context.
ones that she likes?
Yeah, like I would do. But we have to try and predict the order that she puts them in. Like if she put in like
Keep summoning.
okay, if you put like female Corin there with like her witch's hat, she's probably gonna rank her high because your mom is obsessed with like Halloween and all of that kind of stuff.
Ooh. Also not a focus, but still very good. We love Letizia.
That is a fierce outfit.
She's one bad mommy, but we like her.
Okay.
She has no comment.
One more green.
Uno más. Por favor. That is for my Spanish-speaking audience, which is about 12%. Surprisingly high, I
Muy
think.
bien.
Because I never speak in anything other than what some might call slang American. PogChamp.
Yeah, Twitch culture has really hit you hard.
Yeah. The whole 2020 onwards has just kind of brain broken me.
And should I do one more on here? We have 30 left, and I got 5 minutes.
You don't have any more space, I think.
Okay.
I think
Well,
you're at cap.
how do I look at my barracks?
You can go to allies, and then edit teams. Oh, okay, you're good. Okay, so back to allies. And then manage barracks.
Mm-hmm.
No. No, you were. I was right the first time. Go to edit team.
You
And then
live on this
under
app. How do you not know?
Historic origin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then hit obtain, top left. And scroll to the bottom. All the way. There you go. So you started.
Oh gosh, I hit the wrong thing.
You started probably going. You probably started right about.
This guy?
No.
This one?
Probably. Never touch it. Probably like 2 rows down. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
I was trying to unclick. Didn't work.
I know.
Alright.
There's no unclick, that's what I'm saying.
I am happy that
It really didn't get good until the end.
I got what
It genuinely
I forgot female corn, and that's the one that I was really trying to get. So
Keep scrolling. She's down there somewhere.
right here. How do I look at you?
You have to hold. Yay! You actually got a lot of other non-focus units that were genuinely
I can
good.
give my siblings treats, but only after they play a
So,
trick on me. Right?
I think I can work with this.
That's cool.
Yeah. The Halloween special art's usually pretty cool.
Look at all those candies and cookies.
I'm particularly fond of Halloween Dorea's special art.
Okay, no joke. I'm gonna have to like detox after Halloween because I've been eating too much candy and my sugar addiction has gone out of the
I
window.
did get you Crumble, which is maybe not helping that. But I did hide the Halloween candy because trick-or-treaters are coming.
Okay, the
And
difference
we're running out.
between cookies that are very like rich and sweet versus candy, I can eat buckets of candy. I can at some point I start feeling sick after eating too much cookie. So
I never feel sick after eating too much pizza. I love pizza. We should end the video because it's gonna get rambly.
okay. Well, how are we ending it? Thank you.
I want to hear you rap it. I'm on vacation.
Well, thank you for joining us for this spooky Halloween-ish. They call it fall banner, don't they?
Harvest.
Fall harvest banner summon session with me, and I'm probably not going to be on the next one, but he will. So he will catch you next time.
What?
What?
You didn't tell them to do the things.
Oh, like, subscribe, and leave a comment because you really want to promote this video and you want to engage with it because we asked you questions throughout this entire video, and hopefully you watched the whole thing instead of jumping to the end to see what we got and left a comment.
Yeah. I know you guys do that. I know. I see. YouTube literally tells me hotspots on the video. I know that you do it.
All right, bye.